Hi, dear students. Our topic today is word order. How to make sentences in English. Word order is very important in English language. Before going to learn this topic, we must understand what word order is. A word order refers to the way words are arranged in a sentence. As you know, while we are reading or writing, we have a pattern of structure. In English, in lower classes, you might have studied that in English, the structure of English is subject, verb, and object. So, to determine the proper sequence of words, you need to understand what the subject, verb, and objects are. So, here we have three types of sentences in English. Normally, they are known as affirmative, negative, and questions. Under the category of questions, we have two types. These are yes or no questions, WH questions. So here there are three types of sentences in English: affirmative, negative, and questions. In all these three types, what we are going to learn is that how we are arranging the words, in these three categories. So let's look at it. Affirmative. Affirmative sentence is also known as a positive sentence. Here, the word order in the affirmatives is very strict. The first sentence is the word order in the affirmatives is very strict. Why it is? Because if you change the order of the words, sometime your wordings or your tellings or your talkings may misunderstand by the pupil. So, word order is very important in English language as well as other languages. You may not change word order in the sentence because people can misunderstand you. If you just misplace the order, then people can misunderstand you. For example, if I tell you, my name is Faisal, you may get the idea what I am telling you. If I just misplace these words each other, for example, my Faisal is name. Sometimes, since it is a familiar order of the words, you can understand what I'm telling you. But if it is a difficult sentence or a very big sentence, it will be very difficult to capture the meaning of this sentence because the word order is not in right way. So the word order is very important, as I told you earlier. It is very important. And here, even if the sentence is long, every word has its own place. That is the thing what we have to understand. Irrespective of its length of the word or the sentence, we have some different types of methods how it should be in order or what way we have to order it. The first method or the first rule of a word order is here in affirmative sentence. It is subject and verb. This is the first rule, subject and verb. That means the subject should come first, then the verb. Here the example is we eat. We is the subject and eat is the verb. So the subject is coming first and the verb is coming second. This is the basic method of word order in affirmative sentence. And the second thing, if there is subject, verb, and object, the first should come first, subject, then verb, then object. This is the method. Be very careful. You know that this is the basic sentence pattern of English language, and subject should come first, verb then the finally it should come the object. Adverb. Sometimes we must have to add the adverbs in English language, where we have to place these adverbs. If it is before subject or after the subject or after the verb or after the object, this is a question. So where we have to place the adverbs. You see, sometimes the adverbs of time take the first place in the sentence. Very important thing it is, this point is very important. Sometimes, not always. Not always. Sometimes the adverbs of time take the first place in the sentence. The adverbs of place are never the first order of adverbs. So the place adverbs of place never comes first. Adverb of place never comes first, but adverbs of the order of adverbs are just given below. It is in this order. We are just arranging the sentence. Manner comes first. Then it is the then it is place. Then finally it comes time. So if there are this type of adverbs, the order is like this: manner, place, time. What is manner? Manner is a behavior. For example, you are eating apple. How you are eating apple? Some people are eating it greedily. So it is the manner or behavior. Then place. The adverb is place. It is the second place we have to put it. And if it is come as time, it should be the third one. This is the order. Affirmative positive sentence. Time. This is the order. You just keep it in mind. The order of this affirmative sentence. Time, subject, verb, object, time. There are two times here. The times, if it is days, it should come first. If it is a specific time, it should come last. So in between, these things are coming: subject, verb, and object. Here, example is there. You will understand it very easily. Time, when. Time is always denoting the word when. Subject, who is the subject? Who is doing this work? Who is doing this action? That is the subject. What is this action? That is the verb. And where this action is uh, being happened, the it is grapes. Here example is that here you look at it. Time on Mondays. Subject we. Verb eat. Object grapes. Time during the break. The sentence is here very clear. You look at it. On Mondays we eat grapes during the break. There are two times here. One is about a day. It is what we are calling this Monday here, and finally it comes during the break. On Mondays we eat grapes. We is the subject here, and eat is the verb, and grapes are the objects. On Mondays we eat grapes during the break. So there are two times it happens. The first time here on Mondays about days, and the final time is about a specific time. It should come last. This is the rule here. Next, affirmative. What is affirmative? Already told it's a positive sentence. Here also coming place. In this example, it is the turn of place. Time, subject, verb, object, place, and time. So here the same example, but in between it is coming place. On Mondays we eat grapes in the school canteen during the break. See, where is the place? It is the school canteen. So this place is just coming before the time, the last time. This is the rule here. Monday time, subject, verb, object, place, time. You just make understand about this methods, this pattern of time, subject, verb, object, place, and time. Then it will be very easy to grasp it. So Mondays we eat grapes in the school canteen during the break. Here, in between these two times, four things are coming. That is subject, verb, object, and place. So here we are just fixing the place that in the school canteen. In the school canteen, just coming before the last time. That is thing what we have to understand here. Next, next, what added here? Here we have added the manner. In earlier slide, you have just seen that subject, verb, object, place, and time. But here the fourth one is manner. Manner. Here you look at the example. On Mondays we eat grapes greatly in the school canteen during the break. So the word greatly we just added in between object and place. Object and place. Or you can just this way also you can make out it. Just before the place we have put the word greatly. So in the fifth mode of affirmative sentence, while it is coming the manner, we have to put the manner just before the place. This is the thing we have to make out here. Next, negative sentence. What is a negative sentence that you know? A negative sentence always denoting a not, N-O-T. You make negatives with the auxiliary verb and the particle not before the verb. We eat grapes. This is a affirmative sentence. We eat grapes. What is the negative of that? Negative of that is we do not eat grapes. The other words do not change their place. Next, negative. So it's very easy. If we want to make a negative sentence, we have to just add the word not in that sentence. Normally, where this not is adding, there's a question where we are just adding the word not. Look at it again. We do not eat grapes. Here, after the verb, here the verb is do. After the verb, we are just adding the word not. So it can also be happen in some other sentences like this. We can go there. For example, we can go there. So where we are adding not after the verb. The verb auxiliary verb is can. So after that verb, we are just adding the word not. So this is the way we are just adding the word not in a negative sentence. So in order to make a negative sentence, we have to add the not in that sentence. See, look at this example. Here we have to add the auxiliary verb not. Where we are just adding that word the not. Look at it. We do not eat grapes. So the auxiliary verb is do. After that do, we are just adding the word not in order to make a negative sentence. It's very easy, all these rules. If you have gone through some other works, it is very easy. Without learning these rules, we can understand we are just adding the not here in this space and that this and the spaces. So again, in negative sentence, we do not eat grapes greedily in the school canteen. Now, almost all complete this sentence. Subject is there, auxiliary verb do is there, particle not is the verb, eat, object grapes, manner greedily, place in the school canteen, time during the breaks. So you look at these examples, look at this uh, methods where subject comes first, then auxiliary verb, then particle, then verb, then object, then manner, then place, then time. So you must understand these eight things. These eight things. This is the role of a negative sentence. How it is making, and where we are just adding, where we are just putting this not, and where is the subject, where is the verb, where is the object, where is the verb, and where is the manner, where is the place, and finally it is the turn of time. Then also subject, auxiliary verb, particle, verb, object, manner, place, time. This is the order in a negative sentence. Next comes questions. In question, how we are just making this word order. You see, we make questions by adding auxiliary verb, yes or no, or the question word and the auxiliary verb WH at the beginning of the sentence. So in order to make questions, we are just adding WH. It's also known as WH questions. Yeah, I think you might have heard or learned these sentences in previous classes. Other words do not change their place, but some words are omitted. Is it? You see, auxiliary verb, subject, verb, object, manner, place, time. Do we eat grapes greedily in the school canteen during the break? In previous slide, you have seen that we do not. So the do verb is just bringing to the first. After bringing this into first place, we can make the sentence. Now it is in a question mode. Do comes first. If the do comes first, then finally we have to add a question mark. Do we eat grapes greedily in the school canteen during break? Here also, it comes the auxiliary verb first, then subject, then verb, then object, then manner, then place, then time. This is the order here in yes or no questions. Do we eat grapes greedily in the school canteen during break? See, here the answer is the. What will be the answer here? You can assume it. Can you assume? Do we eat grapes greedily in the school canteen during break? Answer is very simple here. It is either yes or no. Do we eat or do you eat grapes? You can answer it like no, I do not eat. Yes, I do eat. This is the way of answering this question. Then if it is about WH questions, how can we ask WH question? In WH questions always WH or mode of word should come first, then do. Okay, see, look at it. What do we eat? In previous slide, it was only beginning from this part. It is do we eat. Look at it. Do we eat? But here, what we have added a WH word. WH word may be what, when, where, uh, like that. This words should be added at the first of the sentence. Then we can make the WH question. What do we eat greedily in the school canteen during breaks? Yes. Yeah. The same way we can also answer this question like, do we eat grapes greedily in the school canteen during breaks? Yes, I do. No, I don't. This is the simple way and the formal way of answering this question. Yes, I do or no, I don't. Yes, let's look at the next slide. Here, WH question comes again. What do we eat greedily in the school canteen? Here the answer should be about an object. What do we eat? We eat apple, we eat orange, like that. So we are just going to wind up our class. Before it, you have a task here. Make your own sentences. Works every day, maybe at home hard. What's it? You can look at it first as which verb it is, which type of sentence it is. Works every day, Mary at home hard. Yeah, it is a positive sentence. As you know, it's a positive sentence. Why it is positive sentence? Because there is no here in this sentence. So it is a positive. Here you look at it. Europeans not understand African culture too. We can understand that it is a negative sentence because a not is just fixed in between these jumbled words. Why go you in Norway every winter to ski? A question, and again comes a positive, that is an affirmative sentence. Do cats like not dogs? Here it is the time for you to answer the question, and please take rest. You want to get rest? Before just going to take rest, read this sentence. Moscow Hotel. You are welcome to visit the cemetery. Where famous Russian and Soviet composers, artists, and writers are buried daily except Thursday. In this, and why I just put this sentence here, In this sentence, I have kept all the rules of these sentence pattern, that word order, and you can just understand all these rules from this word, this sentence itself. Finally, where is that Moscow hotel? It is here. Okay, so just go through the slide once again. And if you have any questions here, please contact me without fail. Wish you happy watching.